because of the FSB's meeting, Financial Stability Board's meeting, know that the Indian banking system, if anything, at this stage, for me to use this word, I want to use it with a sense of responsibility, like having gone through the twin balance sheet problem, Indian banking sector today at a comfortable level with their NPAs coming down to absolutely low levels.
Yes.
Recovery is happening, and their position is very sound, which gets reflected in the fact that when they go to raise monies in the market, they are absolutely comfortably raising monies as well. So the entire macroeconomic analysis which any expert would do also highlights the fact that how comfortable the Indian banks are placed in. That cannot be that if they are at risk.
Some of the global investors as well, as a knee-jerk reaction, pulled out some money in the last couple of days. Some have put, fresh investments on hold. What would your message be to the global investors?
India remains as before an absolutely well-governed, stable government, and also very well, regulated financial market. And as a result, I think the investor confidence which existed before shall continue even now. Our regulators are normally very, very stringent about certain governance practices, and therefore they should, one instance, however much talked about globally it may be, I think is not going to be indicative of how well Indian financial markets are governed. So many lessons have been learned over the decades, and therefore I think our regulators have kept our market well in prime and prim condition.
Thank you. That's very reassuring coming from the Finance Minister. Let me move on to the next question around the budget, and this is to do with the economy. The current, is the current recovery due to pent-up demand, or do you think that this will be sustained?
I think it will be sustained because the pent-up demand argument was very right nearly 5 quarters ago, when post the Omicron we were coming back. People thought 2022 festival season was driven by revenge shopping,
yes,
pent-up demand and so on. But that pent-up demand won't stretch itself for more than one season if you want to, take it that way. 2022 festival season was in its normal course, and there was no exaggeration in the markets or even in consumption. So I think it has now reached a level where it will sustain itself.
No, I asked this question also because the rural demand is tepid. Looking at the commentary coming from FMCG companies in India. Also, if we look at, the work under the Manrega scheme and the, and FMCG results, I asked this question in this context as well. Can aggregate demand be more robust?
I'm sure you observe the Indian economy as well.
Yes.
In all its great detail. Demand doesn't remain stable, and then it doesn't remain only going upward. It does come down sometimes and does go up some other times. In fact, at that time, during the pandemic, even during the lockdown, most of us felt the rural demand is very high, and what could explain it? We thought that the farm outputs were very good, and as a result they were having quite a few money in their hand, and therefore they were able to sustain it. So that happens soon after the harvest. But